Hey guys, I'm going to be going over day 2 of the ecological footprint packet. All right, today's goal, and this should be to get done by Friday probably. This should be to get done by the end of this week. Today's goal is to look at some different maps, and these maps are pretty interesting, especially if you start combining them all and looking at how they each relate to one another, okay? So this first map, and what you're doing on this is looking at the map and basically filling in information here, right? Like in blank, blank, and blank, the dark red is essentially what? What does it mean, okay? So this is the population density, not just population, but population density. You can sort of see China, India, Europe. Those are the major, that's the dark red area. That's where the most density is at, okay? So just read the instructions here, or read the little background information and finish this. Some of these have proper answers. Like this one here would be India, China, and Europe, right? The dark red is essentially, what does that mean? What does the dark red mean, okay? The next one is looking at population growth rates, okay? So the population growth has been mostly in what countries? Because why? Why do you think? And use some of this background information here and just look at some information. The next one is looking at the lights of the world. I think it's a really cool map. It shows you how the lights light up, and it shows you gives you a good idea about the energy being used. Then you can sort of see Africa has very little lights at nighttime. Eastern United States has a lot. There's our Rocky Mountains all dark out there. Europe's really bright. China, India, they're bright, but we're probably the brightest place in the globe at night. Lots of energy. So just answer the questions. Freshwater resources. Remember, freshwater is a major need, and a lot of places have a really hard time getting it. So just answer. And again, people are living in places where do they live at? Think about these maps up here and then combine it to this map here. All right. Next one is carbon emissions, which we talked about a lot in here, but just answer the dark color is mostly what? Places that, just fill in the blanks. Next one is global warming. You can sort of see a big trend here. Red's bad. And look at this. It's all but the Arctic area, the North Pole area, and a little bit in the South Pole. But the poles, especially the Arctic area, really get hit hard by it. Another one is world forest. And remember what forests do. Plants, they take in carbon dioxide, right? So that's good. And then the last one I think is human transformations of land. Like how much have we changed the land? You can sort of see America and Europe have done a really bad job of managing land properly. We tear up a lot of land to transform it, right? And the last one is coral bleaching. You can sort of see this purple is bad, and it's right along the equator here where all the hottest temperatures are. And just read some background information and answer the questions, okay? So that's all you're doing. And then the last part of the goal for this day is the general trend of where natural resources is what? What are we doing? We're probably using them up, right? The two maps that seem to be mostly connected are these two. What's something you didn't realize that you didn't realize what? What didn't you realize out of it? And the most shocking was this because of this, right? So just look at the maps and that reflection there. And you're going to notice in this packet, really, there's a lot of reflecting. Like you did a reflection yesterday. I want you guys to have individual reflections on this assignment, okay? And very key, you need to complete this assignment. It's a big grade for you, okay? But just doing it. And a lot of the stuff, really, with the reflections, a lot of there's not a right or wrong answer as long as you justify it, okay? So like in here, there's obviously some right answers, but essentially your wording here might be different than someone else's. Make sure you justify your thoughts. I just want to see you guys thinking and reacting what some information and data you're being given, okay? So the reflections are important, very important. Just make sure you back it with some information. Okay, so that's the goal is to get done with this map section here and this slight reflection, which isn't really a paragraph or anything, just is answering some questions. That reflexive area there. The goal is to get done with that by the end of this week, by Friday, okay? I'll be making some more videos to go over the rest of the packet. But if you have any questions, like always, please feel free to give me an email and I'll get back to you, okay? Hope you guys are doing well.